Adventures of Irvingman.
This is Abel outside. Everything went like clockwork. No trouble with the watchman. That safe combination hit it right on the nose.
And how was business?
Better than we expected. At least 100,000 in diamonds.
The man on the other end of the radio says, "Are you sure you weren't followed?" Our dude checks again and says, "Nobody back there. We got away clean."
We ain't moving.
You got it in gear?
Sure, I got it in gear, but we still ain't moving.
Yeah, we got away clean, except for that guy. They'll try to get away on foot. Or not. Our man at the other end of the radio is still bellowing, wanting to know what's going on.
They won't be answering you for a long time, whoever you are, because they'll be in jail, where you'll be sooner or later.
I trust that answers the question. With Superman on the scene, what did he think was going to happen?
Get this, Superman. Somehow, some way, I'm going to get you.
Ooh, he's gonna get him. Superman is trembling in his cape. Nobody's ever said they were gonna get him before. That's terrifying.
Meantime, you'll never get to me. You'll never get to me.
Believe it or not, I looked it up. X-rays are a form of electromagnetic radiation just like radio waves, but what Superman did isn't physically possible, and here's why. A radio antenna, or any antenna that's intended to pick up electromagnetic radiation, has to be a certain length. Every generated frequency, from sonar to ultraviolet light, has a wavelength. Basically, the wavelength is how long it takes the wave to travel a certain distance. For an antenna to work, it has to be a length that's a certain multiple of that wavelength. It might be half the wavelength or a quarter. People who can math way better than I can figure all that out and make it work. Thing is, the wavelength of X-rays is so short, any antenna capable of sending and receiving them couldn't be more than about 3 atoms long. It'd be microscopic. In 1958, nobody had figured out how to build one yet. So how did Superman do that? I don't know.
Superman. That makes 4 times in a row he's busted up your plans, Mr. Griswold.
That's 4 times too many. Something's got to be done about him. I'm going to do it.
Sorry, Mr. Griswold, but in 1958, nobody had figured out how to do that either. In Perry White's office, Clark is getting praise for his coverage of that arrest. Lois did a great job covering a horse show. And then there's Jimmy.
When I sent you over to cover the new show at the Orpheum Theater, I meant for you to write a review, not devote the entire column to a cheap vaudeville magician.
But he isn't a cheap vaudeville magician. He's a miracle man. Honest, Mr. Kent, you wouldn't believe some of the things he did. Well, he took one girl right there on stage and he levitated.
Levitated.
He levitated her.
Perry says, big deal. Anybody can do that trick. In fact, Perry himself is a member of an amateur magicians organization, and he knows how to do it. Clark says, why don't you show him?
As a matter of fact, I don't think that Miss Lane would mind being the subject in this demonstration, would you, Miss Lane?
Why, I'd love to be levitated. Sounds like fun.
Well, of course, it's been 10 years since I did it. I might be a bit rusty.
Oh, I quite understand, Chief. You might be a little rusty, as you said, but if you're afraid that she might fall and hurt herself...
Fall? When I levitate a person, they stay levitated until I unlevitate them.
Good thing Clark knows which buttons to push.
Yes, sir.
But like you say, Chief, you're a bit rusty and...
Rusty? Who's rusty? Miss Lane, are you ready?
For that matter, they all know. Let's watch this. It was a common problem in the 50s. You're walking down the street, minding your own business, and suddenly some guy comes up to you and starts going like this, and the next thing you know, you're floating in the air. It got so bad, the city had to pass a law that magicians could only do this trick indoors because all the people bobbing around in the air got to be a traffic hazard. Elsewhere, Mr. Griswold has a visitor, a Professor Van Brunner. He says he wants to discuss an enemy of Griswold's.
Van Brunner. Oh, yes, I remember. I did some business with him before he was sent to prison for selling laboratory secrets. Send him in.
Now there's a credential you don't hear every day.
What would it be worth to you if I would destroy Superman?
You mean knock him off?
Look at you understanding a two-syllable word. You're making great progress. The professor says he has a way to do it.
Superman came here when his planet Krypton exploded into a supernova, correct?
That's right.
That explosion sent 1 billion trillion particles of kryptonite into outer space, particles so tiny they couldn't be seen with the naked eye.
He's built a sort of collector that can scoop up those particles and draw the energy off them. From there, it concentrates that energy into a beam that can kill Superman. The big trick is to lure him into the right spot, which is a concrete hole 60 feet deep that he's prepared. But everybody from the professor to baby Huey knows how to do that.
I've noticed he has a close connection with a reporter on the Daily Planet named Clark Kent. Kent is a close friend of 2 other reporters on the planet, Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen.
Congratulations, Mr. Griswold. You're thinking exactly on the lines that I expected.
It's pretty formulaic by now. Get Lois and Jimmy out there, stick them in the hole, and wait for Superman to come rescue them. As quick as he's there, turn on the kryptonite cannon and he's done for. And thanks to Jimmy's current fascination, getting them there will be easy.
I've got it, Miss Lane, I've got it.
Simmer down, Jimmy. You've got what?
For a measly $5, I can be just like Mr. White.
You can. Oh, are you sure you want to be?
No, you don't understand. Be a magician.
I think he had Lois worried there for a second. He's already made an appointment, so he's leaving. She doesn't understand how anybody can offer an entire magic course for $5, so she wants to tag along and see this.
Mr. Olson, he's got an appointment.
Mr. Griswold?
Miss Lane, no appointment.
You're welcome anyway, Miss Lane. Won't you sit down?
Thank you. It says on your door, Mr. Griswold, that you're an investment counselor. Doesn't say anything about magic.
Magic is my hobby. I certainly couldn't make any money at only $5 for a complete course.
Investment counselor. I assume he had counseled those 2 guys about that jewelry heist that sent them to jail. Might want to check his track record. That seems like a lousy investment to me.
But I can hardly wait to get started.
In that case, let's leave at once for my place in the country.
Your place in the country? What's the matter with here?
In my business office, Miss Lane. I'm afraid some of my customers might consider that frivolous. And besides, all my equipment's at the other place.
Perry didn't need any equipment to do the levitation trick, so what kind of equipment are we talking about? Lucky for him, they know even less about magic than he does, so off they go. Out at the site, he says, I'm going to teach you how to levitate Miss Lane all the way from the bottom of that hole to the top.
You mean you expect us to go down into that hole in the ground?
That's right, lady.
Well, I, for one, ain't going to stand for it. Come on, Jim, this has gone far enough.
Just a moment, Miss Lane. I was hoping you wouldn't make it any more difficult than necessary.
Jimmy says, looks like I did it again. They don't have a choice. Griswold and Eddie will use a long rope and lower them into the hole. Lois first.
Take off the rope, lady. That dame almost yanked me into the well.
I don't think she would have done much to try and cushion your fall either, Eddie. They lower Jimmy down, then Griswold goes off to call Clark Kent and tell him his friends are in trouble, better contact Superman.
Well,
Superman!
Hey, get us out of here!
I see you've gotten yourself in a hole again. It'd serve you right if I left you in it this time.
Oh, please, Superman.
Hey, at least this hole is lined with concrete, so it's not likely to cave in on them. That's progress.
Now.
But it's harmless. It's just like 4th of July sparklers.
Yeah, until Superman collapses in a heap.
Miss Lane, look, one of the walls is moving.
Well, this is a pickle. Superman is too weak to hold the wall back, too. In fact, he's weak enough that it's likely to squash him just like anybody else. There's only one thing to do. That's right, Jimmy. Everybody in the world knows how to do that trick except you. And now the walls are close enough together that Jimmy can shinny his way up and get out of there. We can all see how they did that effect, but Jack Larson is selling it. It's just a good thing he doesn't have one of these to try and pull him back down.
The boy, he's out. What do we do now?
So much for being harmless to everything but Superman.
What do we do now?
What do you do now? You sit there and nurse your headaches until Superman comes to collect you. Just relax, the hard part is over. Superman recovers quickly and brings Lois back down to Earth. Then he makes her climb out the same way Jimmy did.
The least you could have done was thrown me a rope.
But I told you, Miss Slater, I didn't have one. They took it with them.
I ache all over, especially the top of my head.
Lois wasn't as strong as Jimmy, so she had to get creative about how she did it. In the end, she sent Superman a bill for $75 for a ruined hat. Hey friends, if you enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up button and let me and YouTube know it. If you're not subscribed yet, you know what to do. And remember, you can become a patron of this channel for as little as $2 a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.